everybody. Welcome. So here we are again. We're doing an interview series with Kevin as he progresses through the program at the Phoenix Truck Driving Institute. So we're doing interviews every day and you can follow his progress, but more importantly, you can learn about what it's like to go to truck driving school. So if that's something you want to follow, please go ahead and subscribe down below. And yep, that's where the button is. Thank you, Kevin. And hey, oh, you can already like us. Anyway, so here we are. Kevin.
Yes.
Last week was week 4 and it was, in our opinion, it was going to end, but they didn't schedule you for the test. So therefore today is day 1 of week 5. And what happened at school today, honey?
Well, I met with the head instructor on Friday, and he said I would get 2 turns at the wheel driving the streets today. So that would have been 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And he said, come and remind me in the morning. So in the morning, I went to his office and he wasn't there. He was late for work.
Oopsie.
And then I went back a half an hour later and he was there and I reminded him. And then about 20 minutes later, an instructor came out, called 4 names. They got in a truck and they left. And usually we have 2 trucks going out on the road. And a couple of days last week, we had even had a 3rd truck out. Today, 1 truck went out.
And you were not on it.
I was not on it. So I got my name on the list for doing maneuvers in the yard again, but by then I was like number 16.
Ew.
So I asked the instructor, I said, only 1 truck out today? You know, they didn't even hook up the 2nd truck, so I knew something was weird. He said, yeah, we're short today. You know, some guy got fired Friday, so the instructor I would have had on the road is no longer there.
Wow.
So then...
so why'd he get fired, do you know?
He put a little CBD oil on his back for some back pain on doctor's orders, and he did a drug test a few days later, and it showed up on his drug test.
Wow.
So yeah, he it's
from actually on his skin.
Yeah, when you do the DOT medical and the DOT drug test, you cannot have any drugs in your system. And he actually absorbed it through his skin. It showed up in the test.
Wow.
So that's bad.
And we had heard that. We had heard about truckers like buying some CBD oil at the truck stop and then losing their jobs over it because they thought it was just, you know, innocent CBD oil. You can buy it right there.
And there's different levels of TCP in the oil. So sometimes they make it stronger. So you know the cannabinoids do a better job, and it, you know, activates the cannabinoids in your system. So he didn't really check how much of each was in there. He just went to the store and said, give me something, because he didn't know anything about it.
And his doctor had said to go ahead.
And his doctor said, yeah, this will help with your pain.
Yeah.
I think it did.
But it's THC, I think, is the one that's then actually the one that's
the hallucinogen part of it.
Yeah, which is better for absorbing it. But anyway,
back to me.
Yeah, we're not experts on that. But wait, I just want to say that's a very important thing for people to be aware of.
If you're a truck driver, don't mess with CBD oil.
Yes.
In any way, shape, or form.
Right.
No matter what somebody tells you, it'll be the end of your career.
Yeah.
And you can be tested at random at any time.
Exactly.
So don't say, oh well, it'll be out of my system next week or something like that. You could get pulled over for something. You could be in an accident. Whatever. If you get tested, you're done.
All right. So no CBD oil, people.
Right. Don't even bring it into my house.
Don't bring it in your house or
I don't
want
to breathe it.
Don't breathe it. Or even maybe looking at it on the TV. I don't know.
Fumes in the air, whatever. Yeah.
All right, back to you.
So what happened was I was on the list for maneuvers. I practiced my inspection again and waited my turn for maneuvers. And I didn't actually get on until after lunch. We had lunch, and then I thought, oh, if I'm going for a ride, somebody's going to come out and call my name. And there was one guy in the truck who finished his maneuvers, and then it was my turn. So I got in the truck, pulled it ahead, got it set in position. In my mind, I'm doing a left offset, turn the wheel 1.5 turns to the right, did that, put it in gear, I'm gonna pop the clutch and go. And I heard, Kevin! Kevin! No! Yep. it was my buddy Dan saying, "You're going for a ride. Get out of the truck."
Oh,
And
no.
I looked at Dan. I said, "It's your turn now, isn't it?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I left it all messed up for you." So there. He got in the truck, and I went to the bathroom, and then I saw the instructor. He said, "Go get in that truck." I got in the truck, and I sat there for 10 minutes waiting for everybody else to get in the truck.
You could have already been doing your maneuvers.
I do my maneuvers in 9 minutes.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I missed my turn there. And then there was 4 of us in the truck. First guy was grinding a lot of gears. Second up was a girl who's been in the class for quite a while. She doesn't have a test date yet, so
Are you going to start saying woman?
She doesn't have enough hours yet.
Are we upset about that
About
use
what?
of saying girl instead of woman? No, maybe you should be saying woman.
Okay, thanks. So
Right?
then I went last
Mm-hmm.
and did about 12 miles down the major boulevards and onto the freeway for 3 or 4 miles, and then onto the streets all the way back to the school. And missed one shift where I forgot to flip the selector at the appropriate time, gearing down. And another shift I missed. I was coming up to a stop sign, and I thought I could get one more in, but it was too rushed, so I didn't quite get it in. So that was the only 2 problems. The rest of the time I was watching signs, watching traffic, watching pedestrians, appropriate speed all the time. Very, very focused and concentrating. And after the ride, I was the one to pull the truck into the yard. And I got some wrong directions from somebody, so I actually got to drive all the way around the yard and come back to the start and then park the truck on the
Nice trick.
left.
Did you pay them off to do that?
Yeah, it's just still driving, even in the parking lot here. Yeah. Once around the lot, and then back the truck into a spot. They unhooked the trailer. I parked the tractor, and the instructor came up to me and he said that was a very good ride. It was very smooth, and you were very confident. And I think you're ready for your test, which is tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So that was my last practice today. That's why I wanted 2 rides, or maneuvers and a ride or something. So all I got was the 1 ride all day. But apparently I'm good enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So tomorrow 9:30 is the test, my exam. I have to be in front of the examiner's desk at 9 o'clock. I don't have to go in for roll call at 5:30 a.m.
Yay!
So I think I'll take an hour or 2.
Sleep in a little.
Sleep in, eat a good breakfast, and then do some more studying. Maybe practice my inspection once more before I head off to the examiner. And the time 9:30 is the time of the test, is when we usually eat our lunch. So if I get up a little later, eat a little later, I'll be okay.
Right.
And then after you're done with the test, which is a couple of hours, you get a hat.
Yeah, you get a hat.
Bunch of papers, and then you go off to motor vehicles and hand them the papers and get your license. And while I'm there, I'm going to write my tests for endorsements.
Which ones?
Hazmat, doubles and triples. In other words, pulling multiple trailers, and the tanker endorsement.
Nice.
If I can get them all. We did hear from Forrest, who tested Friday.
Yeah.
But he was still out on his test when we all went home. So all day we've been wondering what happened to Forrest. He's not here, so he probably passed. And when I got back from my ride, Dan was there, and he told me that he spoke to Forrest, and Forrest passed.
Yay!
No problem. And he said, when you go down to get your license, take all the endorsement tests. Go for it. Get them all.
That's great. That's awesome.
So
Yay, Forrest!
Yeah,
Way to go!
First guy out of our class to go ahead and
That's
test out.
awesome.
So,
That's awesome. Good. Well, you're next. Or did you have anybody go out today for actual testing?
I think somebody tested this afternoon while I was out, but I didn't get to see it. Somebody tested this morning, but I'd never seen them before, so they were probably from outside the school, just taking advantage of our third-party testing
Maybe another person from California.
Yeah, I never spoke to him.
So one thing I thought was worth mentioning that you had told me earlier was that, and you'd mentioned it in a previous video, somebody actually out on the test drive was verbalizing everything that they were thinking. and you had told me that you tried that out today as well. So could you kind of talk about the benefit of that?
Yeah, if you're driving through traffic on busy streets, they expect you to do a lot of things. And if you're doing them, but the instructor doesn't know it, he'll start saying, you should be checking this, and you should be looking at that. And do you see that up ahead? There's a hazard. The light might change, whatever. So instead of him telling me all this stuff, I just started saying it myself. Like I'm keeping in my lane. I'm checking my mirrors. I'm checking these intersections. I see the light up ahead as the crosswalk sign is starting to flash. I think that light's going to change, so I'm going to just back off a bit. I'm ready to gear down. Yep, gearing down. I'm in 7th, now I'm in 6th. Dropping those RPMs a little. Okay, I'm going into 5th, and so he knows that I'm thinking about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching stuff. And as far as I know, I saw everything that needed to be seen and done and so on, because he never interjected at any point and said, hey, don't forget this or look at that. I was already on it the whole time.
Yeah. So I think
that's how you have to drive something that big. It's 360 degree attention on everything and looking like at least a block ahead the whole time.
And I think that's a good method to actually say it out loud, because like you said, then the instructor, you're putting it in your own mind. The instructor's not like wondering if you're seeing it or doing it or thinking about it.
Right.
Probably makes for a more peaceful ride and more in-depth learning. So that's a great idea. So for any of you out there, when you're heading off to school, keep that in mind. That might be a good idea to verbalize it as you're doing it.
Say it out loud, communicate it, and the instructor knows that you're getting it.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. What else? Anything else today at school, honey?
Today at school,
were the kids nice to you in the schoolyard?
Yeah, everything was pretty good. There are rules at the school, like when you're on the range, and people are moving trucks around and stuff's going on, and the instructor's trying to watch what the students are doing. They tell you don't pull out your phone and start playing with your phone. Don't be listening to music. Either keep quiet or try to learn something. What's going on?
Or study your.
And there are still people who, and we've been told several times, you signed an agreement saying you're going to follow these rules, and there's a reason for rules. You may think you're special and you can get away with shit or rules don't apply to you, but you pull out your phone and start playing music, you're disturbing everybody else. The instructor's distracted. He has to come and tell you not to, and then the guy starts like, what are we, kids? This is like school. They tell you to put your phones away in school. And I'm thinking, yeah, there's a reason for that too, like
you are at school.
You are in school. When you're in high school or whatever, you don't pull out your phone and start playing with it. You're there to learn something. And now you've paid money to be here. You're going to take what you learn here and try to make a living with it. Why put up an argument over rules that you agreed to?
So you're saying that actually happened today, you mean?
It happens frequently.
Oh, frequently.
Is what I'm saying. So it bothered me that somebody still thinks, and then to turn to their buddies and say, yeah, this sucks, right? Like, we should be able to use our phones, right? Like, try and pull everybody else in and somehow overrule the teacher. Like, just do what you're asked. That's not hard.
Right.
And try and get as much out of this as you can, because it's going to be over soon, and you're going to be out there, and then you're going to be the guy on the road saying, well, rules don't apply to me, right? I'm going to text while I drive this 80,000-pound truck or whatever. It's your attitude. Be upfront, be upstanding, follow the rules. There's a reason for them. It's safe for everybody. Do it right, man. Just do it right.
Just do it right. I like that. We should put that on a shirt.
Yeah, be on a shirt. Do it right.
Speaking about that, look at your shirt today. What's going on, man?
My sweater's in the wash, and it was pretty chilly this morning. It was 37 degrees just before the sun came up. Got a t-shirt on underneath that.
37 degrees.
I was still cold.
I like it.
I like my shirt?
Yeah, jean shirt.
Okay.
I don't see that very often on you.
Okay.
Nice. So, other than your wardrobe review, which I approve, it looks nice. Anything else?
That's it. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all you have to say about that.
Cross your fingers for tomorrow, man.
Yes.
Big day.
Yes. We all wish you luck.
All right. Everybody in bed at 8 o'clock tonight, okay?
Lights out.
Lights out.
Get ready for the big day. Do you think should you do some carbo loading too?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time, Kevin, to fill us in on the progress at school today. This is exciting. This should be the last day, we hope. So thanks everybody out there for joining us and watching, and we hope you got something out of the video. We hope you learned something. We're here to help you with this, so if you have questions or comments, please put them below. Hey Kevin,
Yes.
Can you show us where that is? Down
Put your
there.
comments down here.
Yeah, give us the thumbs up. Thank
Give
you
us
very
a
much.
like.
And
Don't forget-
remember, if you want to learn more, subscribe. And that's it.
That's it.
From Kevin and Tanya, with love. Bye.